think they look beautiful together.
Beautiful indeed. Do they not? Do they not?
Oh, yes, of course.
Miss Edwina, have I yet told you about my nephew? He is a prince. And he is available.
That look. So this is about Penniless to Princess, how Edwina has gone from losing her father and all of their money and now looking like she could potentially become the future Bridgerton queen. So this is a very exciting season, and heading into season 3, there is that question of whether Edwina is actually going to become a princess, and I think there's a lot going for it, because looking at the 2 seasons, 1 where we meet Prince Frederick and in 2 where we meet Edwina, they've actually got a lot in common. So we're going to have a look at that, but also how Edwina's got to a place where the Queen would even want to put her forward to her nephew.
Forgive my directness. Do you have any thoughts about children?
Other than the fact that I desire them so. However many I have, my lord, I shall feel misfortunate.
I grew up with many cousins running underfoot, and I believe I should like the same for my children one day. If my wife were amenable, of course.
So I really love that. They're both really wanting family, and I think because family is really important to them, that's something that could bring them together and might be something they have in common, and a desire they both have that means that they are a good match. I love that both of them at the end go, if my husband is amenable, if my wife is amenable. It's this attitude actually of being very good at sort of working together with another person, and so I think they're quite suited for each other, and the fact that they are willing to kind of go, oh well, this is what I'd like, but what about you, I think makes them quite well suited. It's quite cute.
Invested, I see. You could still retrieve your ball if you wish to stay in the game.
Doesn't look like she wants to. And go into the bushes in my nice clothes.
I think I shall cut out.
It was a pleasure to know you, Miss Bridgerton. I have come to bid you farewell, Tante. I shall be returning to Prussia this afternoon.
Fight for the girl. Hastings is merely a duke. You are a prince.
I have no interest in brandishing my title before the young lady, nor do I need to.
This is another thing about them, and why she was not very suited to the Bridgertons. Neither of them were. Frederick with Daphne, or Edwina with Anthony, because they're not very competitive. And it's quite nice actually that they're like, no, I'm not going to do some weird fighting competitive thing. That's not who I am, and I think they've got that in common. And where the Bridgertons need someone who's going to fight, who's going to be competitive, who's going to be kind of in there for the game, both of them are a bit more laid back and a bit more reserved, and so I think they'll appreciate that about each other.
I do think I know what I desire in a match.
What is that?
I should like to be with someone kind and gentle.
And there he is. Definitely laughing in the situation, but yeah. And that's the thing, is what she's wanting is someone kind and gentle. That's not really who Anthony is. He's not really gentle. He's quite blunt about how he goes about things. And so it's really sweet here with the prince. I think he is more gentle, more kind, and more temperamentally suited to Edwina. So I don't think the Queen's off with her idea of matching them up. I think that could actually potentially work. Oh, she knows, she knows. Oh, the dawning on her.
The diamond of the season has made her match, officially betrothed to the Duke of Hastings.
And then here's Frederick's experience, similar.
Has something happened?
So both of them, kind of out of the blue, not really seeing the signs, having somebody taken from them. And with Edwina, man, just seeing her, that dawn on her, the feelings that they have for each other is just so painful. But so good she picked up on that. So good, because that wouldn't have been a great marriage if that had been the case, if she'd gone through with it. But the fact they've both been through that sort of experience of not being the first choice as well, and what they've had to go through, I think that also means that they kind of have an understanding of each other and each other's situation. I think he's also, Prince Frederick is more likely to be understanding of what happened with Edwina in the wedding because of his own experience with Daphne.
What if I have missed my chance?
Edwina?
Perhaps I should have found out more about the Bridgertons. I should have known more about their interests. I should have been better.
But this is the thing, is that she had to go through a process to become the person that the Queen would want to put forward as a future monarch, because she was very naive to start with in the way she went about things. I think Frederick is a bit naive as well, but it's important that she's gone through this development, and it's sad there that she originally was so hard on herself about being perfect. I feel like that scene is all about her just kind of being like, I had to get it right, I had to get it perfect, it's all my fault. It wasn't her fault. It was actually more to do with Kate, but yeah.
I have been such a fool. You lied to me again and again. You told me. You told me we had been all secrets to rest, but no.
Just how painful it was for her to realise what was going on, and it's understandably has really knocked her down. I could see so many people get very resentful and angry with that, and she had to go through a process, and part of that is confronting Kate about what she did.
Was I truly that blind? Were they always this obvious?
I think part of the challenge in her situation is feeling stupid, feeling like an idiot for not seeing it. And I think that's part of what she gets so upset, is that kind of that shame and embarrassment that she didn't notice, and the feeling that maybe everyone else knew and that she looks foolish. People hate feeling foolish, and that's possibly behind why she's reactive, understandably. Her future husband is actually in love with her sister. No one would take that well.
Happy endings against all odds. Did you yourself ever truly believe them? Or has everything you told me been a lie?
Of course I believe in true love. Of course I believe in happy endings. How could I not?
Happy endings do not exist, Kate. At least not in real life.
And this is the sad thing that was happening, was that after what happened with Kate and Anthony, she became really resentful, but she just became so cynical about life. And when these sort of situations, when bad things happen, when people betray us, we can become very cynical about everything and not have any belief that there might be a happy ending. And I think it's really sad that she had that experience, but it's understandable that she was in that place. And at that time, I personally was wondering how she would actually get out of that. It felt like, and from the way Kate was interacting with her as well, it was like, are they stuck now? Is that their relationship ruined for good? And this was the situation where Kate fell off the horse and got really injured and was unconscious. And it's interesting how when we think we might lose something, we suddenly reappreciate it. And I think that's what happened with Edwina, is she was really understandably angry with Kate. Kate pretty much stole her husband, almost husband. And then she's in this situation where she's losing Kate, and she goes, actually, I love my sister, and what's happened wasn't okay, but I don't want this to get between us. And I think interestingly, that was really helpful for her to transition out of that resentment and get her focus off feeling foolish, I think.
When I found out about your accident, all I could think of is how I do not even know you.
That's interesting.
Nor do you know yourself. Kate, I am done with playing a part. I want to know myself truly, and to know who you are too. Because I am unsure I like the young ladies we have both been playing.
And I think that's really cool, is that she was able to go, wait, just to take a moment. I think that gave her enough time to kind of think things through and to go, hey, I don't know you, you don't know yourself, I don't know myself. I want to figure this out and I want to do things differently. I don't like who I've become and I don't like who you've become. And I think it's really cool that Kate wants to change and do something about it. She's not pleased running off with her sister's fiance, but she's wanting that relationship with her sister is really important. So she's willing to go to the yards with her sister. But this has been beautiful seeing Edwina kind of move through the difficulty.
Be unafraid to follow your heart after doing the exact opposite for far too long. You have spent so much of your time shining your light on me. It is time for you to shine all on your own.
And I love how she comes to that personal growth where she's like, I actually want you to be happy. I want you to follow your heart and not hold back and not lie to yourself or to other people. And I think that's shown that growth of hers, and the Queen saw that, you know, when Edwina was able to go, I think they're beautiful together. Then the Queen's like, that is the sort of person that I want to marry into the monarchy. Someone who is that mature, has that. And yes, she responded really well to the King.
Then perhaps you might find your rest, Your Majesty. Before you both rule this kingdom with the kind of love, compassion and kindness the two of you undoubtedly share.
When she met him, and that definitely played a part in it, but I think the big thing is how she was able to move through and move past what happened between Anthony and Kate, and to be a big person in that, and to honour that, and that's quite incredible. Not many people would do that, and it made a really real impression on the Queen. And I think that's why the Queen was willing to put her forward, and why she'd actually make a really good monarch, a really good queen. And I think she's a great fit for Frederick after what happened in season 1 with him being shafted by Daphne.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. No promises were made.
I'd really like to see him get with Edwina. She's a lovely, lovely person, and she's had some amazing growth, so she's not naive anymore. She knows what she wants, and she's not going to be forced into marrying Frederick by the Queen because she's grown so much as a person. But I think they're a great fit, so I really, really hope that in season 3 we possibly see a royal wedding. So tell me, comment, put a little crown or a little emoji in the comments if you're wanting a royal wedding next Bridgerton season. And please comment, because that really helps the algorithm to find our videos and show them to more people. If you really enjoy these videos, do subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
You made an impression. You still do. And you still can.